Why Metaverse is going to be the future of digital real estate. The Metaverse might just be a hyperbolic interpretation of virtual social reality, but it is emerging as the hotspot for multi-millions dollar real estate investments in virtual land, even if the investors can't live in these virtual spaces. Getting in today could be like getting in on an early American land rush, except that Metaverse real estate is actually unpopulated. Let's find out more about why Metaverse is going to be the future of digital real estate. Number 6. What is Metaverse? The Metaverse is officially a game changer. Though in its infancy, it's clear that the Metaverse will radically change how we're able to interact online, how brands advertise, how fast crypto is adopted, and any number of other facets of life. It is a combination of multiple elements of technology, including virtual reality, augmented reality, and video where users live within a digital universe. Supporters of the Metaverse envision its users working, playing, and staying connected with friends through everything from concerts and conferences to virtual trips around the world. The word Metaverse is often traced to Neil Stephenson's 1992 dystopic cyberpunk novel Snow Crash, and many see a more recent inspiration in the dazzling warren of experiences at the heart of Ernest Cline's 2011 novel Ready Player One. Whether in virtual reality, augmented reality, or simply on a screen, the promise of the Metaverse is to allow a greater overlap of our digital and physical lives in wealth, socialization, productivity, shopping, and entertainment. These two worlds are already interwoven, no headset required. Think about how the user app is telling you via location data how far away the car is. Think about how Netflix gauges what you've watched before to make suggestions. Think about how the LiDAR scanner on the newer iPhones can take a 3D scan of your surroundings. At its core, the Metaverse, also known to many as Web 3, is an evolution of our current internet. Number 5. Hype around Metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg described the Metaverse as an embodied internet. Basically, an upgraded version of the internet where people can have different experiences that you couldn't necessarily do on a 2D app or web page. One of the Metaverse's key benefits is supposed to be presence, a sense that you're physically engaging with places and people instead of watching them through a window. If the response to Facebook and Microsoft's most recent quarterly earnings call is any indication, the Metaverse is one of the hottest buzzwords in the technology sector right now. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg mentioned it nearly 10 times during his prepared remarks on the company's July 28th call with investors, going so far as to say that he sees the Metaverse as the next generation of the internet and sees Facebook transitioning from a social media company to a Metaverse company in the coming years. Even Epic Games announced a $1 billion funding round to support the company's long-term vision for the Metaverse. And Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has touted their enterprise Metaverse, not only on their most recent earnings call, but also in his earlier keynote addresses during the Microsoft Inspire and Microsoft Build conferences. Number 4. Virtual real estate. Investors are now flocking to the Metaverse, or the virtual immersive 3D world, where anyone can create their avatars and interact with others in real time and buy or sell products including real estate. This has been possible by leveraging technologies like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and may be worth over $1 trillion in annual revenue. There are multiple such virtual platforms, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, Sandbox, among others, from where user-generated digital environments can be bought and sold. Since the deals are in the virtual world, the mode of payment is also digital or cryptocurrency. Since the invention of blockchain technology, taking ownership of virtual assets has become a secure and safe transaction. It has since been incorporated into games to facilitate the ownership of in-game assets. The owners of virtual land can develop the land by constructing malls or shops, either by themselves or by hiring virtual land developers. They could also run businesses or lease the land to other businesses, host professional or social gatherings, resell the land for a profit, or maybe mortgage property for an alternate source of income. The possibilities with this digital real estate are simply endless. Number 3. How to buy land in Metaverse. A few years ago, investing in virtual real estate sounded somewhat absurd. Today, the story is very different. Now you can buy slots of virtual land in digital worlds like Decentraland, and with the metaverse on the horizon, investors are piling in. Decentraland is the largest virtual universe in the NFT space and has its own tokens, mana, and land. Each piece of land on Decentraland measures 16 meters by 16 meters and is represented as an NFT. The number of pieces of land on Decentraland is capped at 90,000, which helps create scarcity. Anyone can buy, rent, or sell land on Decentraland through its marketplace. To buy land, you'd need to sign up with Decentraland's marketplace. You can then browse through the available pieces of land and select your preferred choice of land. The advantage of buying land in Decentraland directly from the marketplace is that you get to see the neighboring areas and the proximity to famous areas. Once you've selected your piece of virtual land, you can make the purchase by connecting your wallet to Decentraland's marketplace. So far, this virtual real estate market has only known one direction, and that's up. Boosted by Facebook's push into the metaverse and Web 3.0 focused investors' interest in all things metaverse, virtual real estate could become a highly lucrative asset class, especially for early investors. While there's no denying that the virtual real estate market has grown substantially, it's a relatively new market, and investors should do their due diligence and proper research before investing. Number 2, the gold rush. Today, there is a veritable gold rush in the metaverse, with young people and celebrities like Snoop Dogg investing millions of dollars in virtual real estate. Experts have projected metaverse as a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. It's conceivable that a new generation will purchase their first house or a unique share of it in the metaverse. There's undoubtedly a lot of work that needs to be done in this space to realize this future. As it stands, critics say that current eye-popping virtual real estate sales are more of a novelty driven by hype and speculation, compared to something that truly represents unique ownership. Others argue that real estate, virtual or physical, requires a level of legal due diligence to ensure security and confidence between buyers and sellers. There will also be apprehension and criticism from the traditional real estate industry, which might not see the value in disrupting their antiquated, albeit profitable, model. Still, real estate NFTs promise the ability to democratize property ownership, a space that has historically excluded a majority of the world. A point to be noted here is that historically, real estate value has largely been influenced by proximity to shops, services, and attractive neighborhoods. It remains to be seen if that may happen too in the metaverse, where players can teleport around the world, making travel instantaneous and irrelevant to valuation. Number 1, other possibilities of metaverse. If we have learned anything during the pandemic, it is that digital transformation is the key to long-term resiliency for any business. The need for companies to step up and become tech companies to remain competitive has only grown stronger. Companies can use this technology to optimize production, saving costs and time. They can simulate regional demand patterns to identify new locations, or simulate floor plans to determine the most efficient use of space. They can also make a digital copy of equipment to predict when it will break and what incremental changes could mean for production or staffing. When it comes to oil and gas production, the Metaverse stack has the potential to enable predictive maintenance at scale, preventing breakdowns that cost millions in lost production time. It also opens the door to simulations to increase safety on large oil rigs. Being able to pipe data in from the physical world and synchronize it with a digital copy allows upstream oil companies to apply software techniques to the digital model, like analytics, simulations, or autonomous control, and then monitor the physical environment through the digital counterpart. Imagine what would happen if the oil rig team is reduced by 1, or a piece of equipment is moved 10 feet over. With the computing power and data available today, these simulations can happen in near real time, saving companies significant amounts of time and money. So, what do you think? What do you make of the future of Metaverse? Let us know in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed bringing it for you. See you next time. Later.